Every single World Cup final in the last 20 years was decided by one position. Not strikers, not goalkeepers, midfielders. And here's the crazy part. Most casual football fans couldn't even tell you what a midfielder actually does. By the end of this video, you'll watch any match and instantly know why one guy in the center of the field is worth $100 million. And the guy standing right next to him barely gets noticed. Let's break down every midfield role in football. Using comparisons, any American sports fan will instantly start with the number 6. Coaches call him the holding midfielder. Think of him as a bodyguard for the defense. His entire job is to stand in front of the back for defenders and stop the other team before they even get close to goal. Why does this matter? Because without a good number 6, your defense is basically playing without a shield. Every attack just walks right through. Take N'Golo, a small guy, doesn't score many goals, doesn't get highlight reels, but he won a Premier League title with Leicester City, a team that wasn't supposed to win anything, and then won the World Cup with France. 2 years later, here's the stat that breaks people's brains. Kanté has been recorded covering more ground in a single game than some marathon runners cover in the same amount of time. He's not fast in a straight line. He's just everywhere. Scientists studied his positioning and basically said it looks like he can predict the future. Now flip to the opposite job, the number 8. This is the box-to-box midfielder, and the nickname says it all. He runs from one box to the other, all game, non-stop. Imagine a football player who has to defend like a linebacker and attack like a wide receiver in the same 90 minutes, with 0 substitutions, unless the coach pulls him. That's a number 8. Why does this role matter so much? Because he's the connector. He links the defense to the attack. Without him, your team has 2 disconnected halves, good defenders standing around, and good attackers who never get the ball. Steven Gerrard is the textbook example. Liverpool's 2005 Champions League final comeback, down 3-0. At halftime happened largely because Gerrard was covering every blade of grass, tackling, scoring, and setting up goals in the same match. And here's something wild. Some box-to-box midfielders run over 8 miles in a single game. That's not a typo. 8 miles. While also making split-second decisions under pressure. No other sport asks one player to do that much physical work and that much thinking simultaneously. Next up, the position everyone actually wants to watch. The number 10, the playmaker. The magician. If the number 6 is the bodyguard, and the number 8 is the engine, the number 10 is the artist. His job is simple to explain but almost impossible to do. Find the pass that nobody else sees. Think of him like a quarterback who doesn't throw the ball himself. He sets up someone else to score the touchdown. Using a pass most people would call impossible. Kevin De Bruyne is the modern example. Manchester City's entire attack is basically built around waiting for him to find that one gap in the defense. Coaches call it the final third, which just means the last section of the field before the goal. That's where number 10s live. Here's the surprising part. Number 10s often have the fewest defensive responsibilities on the entire team. Some coaches literally tell them, don't track back, just wait for the ball. Which sounds lazy until you realize their one job wins games by itself. But there's a 4th type of midfielder most beginners never even hear about. The deep-lying playmaker. Italians call it the regista, which literally translates to director, like a movie director. Instead of playing high up the field like the number 10, this guy sits deep, almost next to the defenders. But he controls the entire rhythm of the match with his passing. Slow it down, speed it up. Switch the attack from one side of the field to the other in a single pass. Compare him to a point guard in basketball, standing at half court, deciding exactly when the fast break happens. Andrea Pirlo built an entire career here. Italy won the 2006 World Cup largely because Pirlo dictated tempo from deep, spraying passes across the pitch like he had a GPS tracker on every teammate. Fun fact: Pirlo reportedly used to play video games and even smoke cigars between training sessions, and still had one of the best footballing brains of his generation. Talent really does bend the rules sometimes. Quick pattern interrupt here. You might be thinking, isn't this just too many midfield jobs? 6, 8, 10 deep lying playmaker. Here's the thing. Most teams only use 3 or 4 central midfielders total, so one player often blends 2 roles at once. Modern football rewards versatility. The days of doing just one job are basically extinct at the highest level. One more role worth knowing: the wide midfielder. Not quite a winger, not quite a central player. He hugs the sideline, provides width so the field doesn't get crowded in the middle, and tracks back defensively when the ball is lost. Less glamorous, extremely necessary. Think of him as the utility player nobody praises until he's missing. So here's your cheat sheet. Number 6 defends and shields. Number 8 does everything, everywhere, all game. Number 10 creates magic in the final third. The deep-lying playmaker directs traffic from deep, and the wide midfielder holds the width together. Here's the one thing that separates a good midfield from a great one: balance. Stack your team with 4 number 10s, and you'll score beautiful goals and lose 5-4 every week because nobody's defending. Stack it with 4 number 6 south, and you'll never concede, and also never score. Great teams: the Spain squad that dominated from 2008 to 2012. The France squad that won in 2018. They built midfields where every single role complemented the next one. That's honestly the secret nobody tells beginners. Football isn't really about who has the best individual player. It's about whether the midfield fits together like puzzle pieces. So next time you're watching a match and someone barely touches the ball but somehow the whole team looks organized around him, now you know exactly why. If this actually made football click for you. There are a lot more of these breakdowns coming, so hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.